Today I'm going to talk about Pear Deck and how can this increase the student engagement in a classroom. So first you can open up any slide, and then you can add the Pear Deck to it, and that will enhance the student participation. Okay, so first what you do, go to this add-ons, click that. I already have the Pear Deck added. That's the reason it's saying it's already there. If you don't have it, it's not a problem. Go to the Get Add-ons, click that, and then first thing should come up as Pear Deck. If you don't have it, you always can search and you can always add it. After you add it, you just have to come back and open here, Pear Deck. It's going to come on your right hand pane. So you have so many other things here like templates, and you can make some own slides. I'm going to pick a couple of examples, so you don't have to use all of them. You can pick and choose. So a couple of things before we start. Share. You can share it as usually you share with another teacher. Plan the lesson, you can do them. Only one thing is a bit different. When you're presenting it, we don't want to present over here. If you present it here, it will lose all the Pear Deck features. Now, when you're running a class, you want to start the lesson in Pear Deck. Okay, let's get on to how can we enhance the learning. So I'm going to start up a new slide saying, how are you feeling today? And I want to make it as a multiple choice. So I can say option A, snow, option B, maybe blue, option C, maybe thunderstorm, and the last one, maybe I'm going to say rainy. Okay, so I'm going to update this one. After uploading this one, I'm going to check where these ones are being added. So when I look at the choices here, I saw blue, snow, thunderstorm, rainy, and I don't like that. I want to make it something to sunny or something, right? So what do I do here? I cannot change it over here. What I have to do, go back to my choices again, click, and then I'm going to change the choices over there. Instead of saying blue, I'm going to say rain, sun. And I'm going to save it. So it's already been changed to sunny. This is a free version. I'm going through this one. So you don't have access to the draw or draggable. That is not a problem. Without them, we can still do a fantastic lesson. Okay, now, so after this one, I'm going to add another slide, but I'm going to use this time from our library. So go to the library here. So beginning of the lesson, we have something during the lesson, end of the lesson, so many of them here. So the only way you can get full benefit of them by just using it and playing with it. At any time, if you have any problems or anything, please feel free to email us innovative.education@ddsb.ca. And that's not it. We have other areas also available. Critical thinking, social emotional learning, and subject matter. So for example, math, science, and languages is a world language. So if you are teaching French, for example, you have French in there. So you have French template there. It's not fully developed yet, but definitely you can change it. Okay, so now go back to this one. So I'm going to make 3 slides for you to show the beginning of the lesson. I'm going to pick this one. So this is going to be my slide 2, right? So when you have this one, you can change the letters. You can change anything you like over here and change the pictures also. If I want to change the pictures, I can cut the picture. If I don't like the picture, I can add another picture, go here, insert image, and either I can upload from my computer or I can search it from the website. So I'm going to say Google, I'm going to find single student, and then I'm going to search it. So let me find, maybe I like this student, maybe I'll take this one. So I'm going to say insert. It's going to be taking up too much space here, so I'm going to make it a bit smaller, make it so like that. So you can change anything you like, pretty much sky the limit, so you can do whatever you like. One thing before we move on, I want to mention that please at any given time do not erase this part. If you erase it, you lose the functionality of Pear Deck. Okay, now I'm going to add another one. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to say during my lesson, I'm going to say true or false. So rather than saying true or false, I'm going to say agree or disagree. Agree. Here, the good part about a Pear Deck, you actually can change them. You can say, so agree, and I can say here, disagree. So it doesn't look good, so I'm going to make it a bit smaller here. So I select all of them and I can go and change the font size here, minus it, so it now looks good. So I decided to do a bit more, even smaller than that. So it's agree and disagree. I want to make it maybe another button saying undecided. So in that case, I want to make these guys a bit smaller. Now the letters are like kind of off thing, and you can make it a bit smaller. So make this. So you can do a lot of stuff with this. You just have to play with this. That's all right. And then I'm going to make disagree a bit smaller. And then I make this one smaller to the same size. So I'm going to add one more thing, not decided, because I think to this one, I can move it like this so that it's going to look nice. So I'm going to make another one like this. So that's an undecided. So I'm going to copy and paste it here. So move it over here like this, and I'm going to change the color to something else. So maybe let me find a yellow color, undecided, right? So I'm going to show here. I'm going to find another color, search on the web. I'm going to say this time is yellow dot. So I found this color is kind of nice. So I'm going to say insert. So obviously this is going to be much bigger. So I'm going to make it smaller like that, and then I'm going to put it on top here, right? So I can make it a bit bigger so it covers the whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to put some wording here. So same as before, I'm going to copy this one, Control C, and you can do Control V. So you're going to have the same thing. So you can type here, not sure. So you have 3 answers here I made. And then when I look at the answers at the bottom here, it doesn't show my answers. So A is true, B is false. So I want to change them. So I cannot change it over here. So you may remember the first one I showed you how to do them, but I'm going to show again. So you go here to the back, one more time back, and you see the choices here. Click that. So it's going to give you the choices, and I can change it there. Instead of having true, I'm going to say agree, and then third one, I'm going to add another one saying not sure, and then I can update the details. Now I can see here agree, disagree, not sure. All the answers have been posted here for me. So this is the teacher's view. When we show the student view, then you'll understand how this is going to play out. Okay, now I want to add another one, another slide. I'm going to go to my template here, end of the lesson. So at the end of the lesson, I'm going to ask maybe to reflect. You can add one slide or no slide, and you pick and choose whatever you like the best for the students to do. Reflect on today's activity, what they liked, what they didn't like, and what was easy, what was hard. So I'm going to stop it right there. I only made 4 slides. So I'm going to see how this is going to play out for students now. So I'm going to start my lesson, click the start lesson. It is going to give me 2 different options. One is student-paced activity, the other one is instructor-paced activity. The student-paced activity is a great tool for homework purposes. I'm going to pick instructor-paced activity for today's purpose. So click that. So it's asking me to pick which account. I'm going to press DDSB account. A lot of options available. I can give the students a link here. By clicking it, it's going to copy it. Or I can ask them to go to joinpd.com and I can give them the code. Many ways of doing it. You also can invite a class. So this is the student view. Whenever you have students, one always ask the question, how are they feeling today? Or they can skip if they don't like. I'm feeling great, so green. and then I'm going to go to my presentation. This is the student view. So it is asking, you may remember this one, it's saying how are you feeling today. The students can pick choices, but teacher's view, how are you feeling today here. So you don't see that options there. Now here students can pick maybe sunny here. So when I go back to my teacher's presentation, I can look at the responses here. See, one person said sunny. Looking at this one, you can see them as students can very freely answer the question without the names being posted. I'm going to go back and cancel my hide responses, and I'm going to start my next one. I can lock the responses too. If I lock it, they cannot put anything. What do you wonder about today's topic? And students see the same thing. They can type some answers here, right? Curious. I'm just putting like that, and then you can add another response. They can add many responses possible, right? I can say surprise, and I'm going to see my teacher's presentation view here, right? So I'm going to say responses here. See, this is actually the list layout. So I also can see them as tile. So when I see them tile, all the answers will be here. So we can talk about it. Can lead into any kind of conversation with your students. So I'm going to hide my responses, and I'm going to go to my third one. Let us see how the students are seeing it here. So they can pick I agree, green, and then maybe I'm going to go back here. So maybe not sure. If I change it to not sure, this is when you go to the presentation here, see that answer changed here. So this one student can even change the answers within the time frame. And you can always lock your screen. Go back here. This is the last slide. I'm going to go here. So let's see what's happening in the student end. They can type it. They can type what they want to type. Today's what do they like, what they don't like, and if not, right? So after that, when you're done, you can end your lesson. Way of starting these lessons. One is actually from the slides, or you can actually go to peardeck.com, and then you can start up a new lesson from there too. So you can teach a login here. This is a free version, so I have a lot of stuff built in it. So I can create a lesson here, click that, it's automatically give me a slide. Then from there also you can start your lesson. Okay, and make sure, don't forget, when you're showing this one, do not use the present button when you're presenting it. Make sure you start the lesson. Starting a lesson, start from the lesson here. Do not present if you want to use Pear Deck as a tool for you. I hope this video helped you. Thank you.